Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Uncle Major, your favorite uncle, even if you didn't know that yet. Also, no pun intended. In this video I will be showing you the results of some tests and investigations that I did on the Bonny Butchering Knife and its skill called Honey Blade. You may have clicked in this video looking for answers or simply curiosity to know if this weapon is actually bugged, and the short answer is
yes.
During my tests, not only I discovered what is bugged and what exactly is doing what it was supposed to, but also that it is affecting some other weapons skills. Yes, you heard me right. There are some other weapons skills being affected by this bug. Because this video covers the Bonny Butchering Knife, I'm going to cover everything about it. I mean, most thing about it. And I'm going to try to do it as quickly as I can without sacrificing information. Also from now on, I will be calling the Bonny Butchering Knife by simply Bonny Knife. So first let's compare it with the standard butchering knife, because it seems that it's super hard to create new models for this multi-million game. And yes, the model for both weapons are the same, and they behave quite similar. They are both great axe weapons, same attribute requirements to use, weight, attack rating, guard rating, defenses, and the ability. Not the skill, ability. To heal their users by 1% of their total HP for every hit landed with these weapons. That is a very important detail. The butchering knives in specific must land a hit for the effect to count. So, if you put one of these offhand while two-handed another weapon, or per stance then with another great axe, and during an attack only the great axe land a hit, it won't trigger the healing effect. I hope I made it very clear. Now the main differences between them are the standard butcher knife uses smith stones to be upgraded, while the Bonny uses somber smith stones. Although both weapons can be buffed with spells and consumables, you cannot change the skill of the Bonny knife. And finally, this is the worst part. The standard butchering knife damage scales better with dexterity, while the Bonny knife scales strength. So, if you're thinking about power stance both weapons, you only take most advantage with a quality build. Thanks, Miyazaki. Now let's just focus on the Bonny knife. The skill that comes with it is called Honey Blade, and what it does is apply a buff on a weapon that increases damage by 6% and gives an additional 1% healing effect. That means while this effect is activated, which lasts 40 seconds by the way, the user gets healing by 2% for their total HP for every hit landed. So if you power stance 2 Bonny knives and apply this skill for both weapons, which you can do by two-handling the left one first and apply the skill, then switch back to the power stance then and press the skill button again, each weapon will heal for 2%. And that's what this skill was supposed to do. But if you've been playing with this weapon, or want to know what else it does, this is the part where things start to get a bit Todd Howard, if you know what I mean. Sometimes when you activate this weapon skill, you get a portion of your HP back restored right away. Other times it simply activates normally without giving you a single point in health. So, what the f is going on here? Well, nephews and nephettes, after a few hours thinking my foolishness in this deep enigma, I found out that every time you land a hit while this skill is not activated, the healing effect of the skill is still being counted and stacked, but not applied. So, when you activate the skill, all that stacked healing is applied at once, which results in those situations where you can get from a little sliver of health up to 1/3 or even half of your health back. To make it very clear, you always have the 1% total HP healing from the passive ability of this weapon, and the additional 1% from the skill is always being accounted for, but is only applied... Hold on, let me scroll down the script. It is only applied when the skill is activated. The 6% boost in damage is not bugged, and it only works when the weapon is buffed by its skill. And that is not all, nephews, nephettes. While I playtested it, I also discovered a weird, really weird bug related to it. There are specific weapon skills that can trigger the stacked healing to be applied.
I'm not kidding. All of this just works.
Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to pinpoint exactly what's going on here, but it seems that it can only happen with skills that applies both buffs to a weapon and to the character. And the character buff is the part that I have trouble figuring out. I don't know if it's when the skill needs to have a body buff, unique buff, or something like that.
But wait! There's more!
Depending on the skill used, this bug will only work with the Bonny knife equipped on the right or left hand. Sometimes it works on both. To show the weirdness in action, here are some examples. I landed a few hits with the Bonny knife, and then I switch to the Giga Jed Warpick, and I cast the Braggart's War, and it applied the stacked healing effect. And then I switch back to the Bonny Knife and cast the Honey Blade right away, and the same stack healing was applied again. For your information, the Braggart's Roar skill boosts physical damage by 10%, increases all damage negation by 10%, and increases stamina regen by 20%. So as you can see, there's nothing about healing in this skill. Another crazy example that triggered this bug was using Barricade Shield. But different from the first example, you cannot get another healing effect from the Bonny Knife after Barricade Shield is used. I was hoping to make it fun that you could trigger with a quick step, but unfortunately it doesn't work. I didn't test every single skill in the game for obvious reasons, but if you wanna try something to work with this bug, look for something that boosts both weapons you are casting and gives you some sort of additional buff to your character. I don't know how useful this exploit can be in a practical situation, but at least now you know what causes the Honey Blade weird behavior. And I will finish this video by showing where you can get this weapon, in case someone doesn't know yet. It is located at the Bonny village here on the map. To get there, first reach the site of grace called Morph Ruins, aka Jakarta City, that is located here in Skadush Altos. You can reach Skadush Altos through Ance's castle, or by simply making this long path that I'm showing on the map. From there, head east towards one of the last buildings of this area. One of these sunken builds have an opening on the ground that you can go through. Proceed through this tunnel, which has only one way, and at the end you will see a ladder that will give you some thrills. At the top you'll be at the Bonny village with a site of grace right in front of you to activate it. Follow the dirty path to the east, and inside one of the huts to the left side of the road lies the Bonny Butchering Knife as a loot. That will be all, nephews and nephettes. I would like to thank you for watching my video. I hope it helped answer any question you had related to the Bonny Butchering Knife. If it was useful to you, please consider leaving a like and maybe a subscription to your favorite uncle. And don't worry kids, another PDF file. I hope you will see on my other videos. Take care nephews.